Birdcage Effect. You hang a beautiful birdcage in the most conspicuous place in your room. Within a few days, you will inevitably make one of two choices: throw the birdcage away or buy a bird to put in it. This is the birdcage effect. It refers to the phenomenon where, after accidentally acquiring an item that they don't need, people will continue to add other related but unnecessary things. Hippocampus Effect. At a certain moment, you feel as if everything happening before your eyes has happened before. For example, when visiting a new place, you find it very familiar, as if you have been there before, but you just can't recall it. Sometimes you have a dream, and much later, one day you suddenly discover that the scene before your eyes appeared completely in your dream. This feeling of déjà vu is the hippocampus effect, also known as illusory memory or déjà vu. Restorff Effect. Imagine you are at a meeting where everyone is wearing a black suit, but only one person is wearing a bright yellow jacket. Do you remember them at a glance? This is the Restorff Effect, which means that what is different is more easily remembered. Framing Effect. This means that when people make decisions, they are influenced by the way the problem is described. For example, a doctor says the success rate of a surgery is 90%. But if he puts it another way, saying this surgery has a 10% chance of failure, which statement are you more likely to accept? Incompleteness Effect. This means that people tend to have a stronger cognitive or emotional reaction to things that are incomplete. For example, when you lend someone a pen, you first take off the cap before lending it. When the person is done with the pen, they will find that the pen is incomplete. And so they will return it to you, because no one wants an incomplete pen. Anchoring Effect. This is when people rely too heavily on the first piece of information they receive, the anchor, when making decisions or judgments. For example, if the water radical plus the character for come is pronounced lie, then what is the pronunciation of the water radical plus the character for go? Retinal Effect, also known as the pregnancy effect, refers to when an individual, after becoming interested in a certain feature or thing, will subjectively perceive that phenomenon appearing frequently in their surroundings and thus mistakenly regard it as a common phenomenon. For example, pregnant women are more likely to notice other pregnant women. After buying a certain brand of car, you will more frequently observe similar vehicles. This is because a person's attention actively filters information, amplifying points of interest, leading to the misjudgment of subjective focus as an objective, high-frequency phenomenon. Abandoned cat effect. This refers to the phenomenon where an abandoned individual, in order to rebuild a sense of security, exhibits abnormally dependent behavior. For example, when an abandoned cat is adopted again, it will behave exceptionally well because it is afraid of being abandoned again. In intimate relationships, when one party suddenly cuts off the emotional connection, the neglected person may fall into a stronger impulse to win the other person back, even accepting unequal terms in the relationship. Hawthorne Effect. This refers to the tendency for people to change their behavior or performance when they know they are being observed. This concept originated in the 1920s from a series of experiments conducted at the Hawthorne Works of the Western Electric Company in Chicago, USA. During the experiments, researchers changed the factory's lighting conditions, work hours, rest periods, and many other factors to observe the impact of these factors on worker productivity. The results showed that no matter how the conditions were changed, the workers' productivity would increase. This is because the workers realized they were being observed, so they would work harder, changing their behavior.